Well, first of all, the ANC in eThekwini held on to the municipality, but by the skin of their teeth. The party lost its outright majority, of course, in those last local government elections back in 2021. They needed the backing of small parties and the EFF to elect Xolani Dube in as mayor. But now he's facing a motion of no confidence. Let's unpack exactly what's happening in that part of the country. I'm joined by political analyst Xolani Dube, as always very kind to make time to speak to us. Xolani, good morning to you. And I mean, even if we just take a look at the council meeting that was meant to take place a few days ago, I see Sunday Times reporting it didn't go according to plan. It's just very messy in that part of the country. What's your take on it?
Look, I think the leaders of that municipality, Gareth, you know it very well, that they are shameless, you know, and they are beyond redemption, and they don't care anymore. We talk here about a mayor who simply went to the ocean and swim in an ocean that is full of human waste, you know. And I don't think that you can expect anything normal from such kind of a person. But what also worries us a lot, we as South Africans and people who here at eThekwini, is the fact that we thought that the so-called South African natives, who are the leaders in this municipality, coming from apartheid and understanding the imbalances in this province, they will come with a one mission to readdress those issues, but they have not done that. But instead, they've just chiseled, and they've not even chiseled, they've destroyed this municipality. But the fact of the matter is, the people who are doing this are the people who don't have skills. And so one wonders how ANC is going to redeem itself to the eyes of the South Africans.
And I suppose the future of that, the big talking point right now, it's one of our focuses this morning, Xolani, is the use of coalition governments around the country. I've already raised this issue, as have other people, that if coalition governments at a local level are in the shape they're in now, I don't hold much hope for national coalition governments. But what do you make of a coalition government in that part of the country next year? Could that be the way forward?
Look, we currently there was a coalition, you remember, or you can recall, and look at the results of that coalition. There was a stalemate, there was no service delivery, and Mavunla was removed. And now there is a mooting one between the ANC and the EFF. And when you look what they've done, these two organizations at eThwekwini as well as in Johannesburg, you know, you will see that these coalitions, they are not there for the South Africans, but they are there for the political elite to say, look, let's form what we call it a coalition against those that we need to service. And so whether we have coalition or one party in government, the fact of the matter is we need people who've got soul, we need people who are compassionate, we need people who really understand the needs of our society. And so throwing around the concept of coalition, but it's soulless individuals who are at the helm of governance, I don't think that we as South Africans, we need to expect anything really.
How damaging is this going to be for the national elections next year? I know it gets more impactful at a local level, but we're all keeping an eye out for next year's elections. How do you see it playing out in that part of the country?
Look, you have to understand that if we have a scandal like VBS, you know, and if we have lots of scandals, that clearly shows that these political elites are a conglomerate of squanderers against the South Africans. And so there is nothing really we need to expect even from the national coalition, because these guys, they don't monitor each other, but what they do is to say, you can come in and feast in this evil pot. And so I really, you know, people will think that maybe coalition are going to be a lifeline. You know it very well, Gareth, you know. But we can see that this coalition are seriously a setback for all of us, because at the municipality level, where it was kind of an experiment, are not yielding any positive results, but they are more destructive than any other form of governance that we have experienced in this country.
So then, to your point, if not coalition, what is the option in a situation like this?
Look, I think the only thing that we need to do, maybe we need to revisit our systems of governance in our country, because even these coalitions, to a certain extent, they curtail or they strangulate what is democracy. Look at Johannesburg currently is Al Jamal that is leading that municipality, and even the guy of Al Jamal, who's a mayor, he was in an interview. He was bubbling hot air. He was such an embarrassment to the South African to hear his plan for that municipality. And so I think that there must be a mechanism where ordinary South Africans can do what we call monitoring and evaluation, because democracy is supposed to be a continuous consultation with the ordinary people. Once we let the so-called political elite go astray or we give them the total power, we end up getting people like the guy currently who's governing eThekwini, the guy who's governing Johannesburg. And these metros or these municipalities are the ones that are an engine into our economy. They are supposed to be the generators of our GDP. But look, the kind of people that are there. And so, as I'm saying, the issue of coalition really needs to be revisited beyond this rhetoric that we have been saying or that we have been pounding in South Africa. The fact of the matter that we need people who have conscience. We need people who are compassionate. We can apply any kind of governance, but if we have hollow political leaders, Gareth, I can assure you, we are not going to go anywhere as a country.
And I appreciate your time as always. Xolani Dube, political analyst, joining us, and not giving much praise as far as coalition governments are concerned. And that is our focus here on eNCA today, all the way from this morning throughout the day.